Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's War Game World. Well, if you've been following the brother against brother game, we did 4 turns, plowing into stuff. We're going into turn 5. I had some people leave notes about several things, including the morale. I also had some people leave notes saying that it was good the way it was, and some people said it took too long. Um, I will try to resolve firing and melees off camera. So I'll shorten the video. And Kim Metis, if you're out there, I know you like long videos, and I have other people saying they like it to be shorter. As far as morale, okay, this is how I handle morale, and this is in the rule book. Um, so I have several sets of the morale cards that come with Brother Against Brother. Here they are, for instance. And also, um, just to let you know, I have several sheets that are cut too. You pick your shot or canister for your artillery piece. Um, I've long since stopped doing that. I guess if this was a convention game and I was playing at 100% pure, um, but in Ivor, I hope you don't mind about that. All right, so we're gonna just explain morale really quick. They're 10-man units. If it's down to 6 figures, you'd roll a die, and 1 through 6, you pass. A 10 would be a fail. However, veteran elite, you get 2 tries, and you pick the low die. If you're a green troop, so if that unit out there, for example, with I don't know 7 figures, and they were green, you would pick the high die, so they would fail on the 10. And then we do get a +1 for our leader. So it's a very fast way to do the morale, and it works on 10-man units. And I got the camera set up. We're not going to jibber jabber anymore. And yes, we will try to streamline this a little bit. So I'm shuffling up our cards. If you remember, the Union have to get off the far edge of the table. We went with 8 turns. Some people think I should have gone with, and yes, it's a 10-foot long table. I should have gone with 10 turns. So let's see what happens at 8. And here we go. Black 10 actually happens to be the battery on the hill. All right. So we'll grab our chart. The 2 3-inch rifles, it's a second U.S. artillery battery, and I'm not sure, um, but I believe they were at the first day of Gettysburg up by the seminary. So we're going to pick our target, and let me see what you can see. Um, yeah, we're pretty good. We're at 36 inches. These are rifled guns. They are veteran, and it's so 3-inch rifles. They are close range, but it's not canister, of course. Close range. They have hard cover, 1, 2s, and 3s with D20s. So here we go. 1, 2s, and 3s, and no hits from the first gun, and we got 1 hit with the second. Okay, when 1 hit actually eliminates a figure, we'll roll a d20 and see if we killed an officer. We do not, and they get a morale marker. All right, so doing that firing wasn't time consuming. I think it's the melee that's time consuming for people. All right, so our gun battery has fired, and you know what else we need to do? They need to reload. So they have fired, takes a turn to reload, and off we go with another card. So they The queen. That's the king. I think the queen is Devin or Greg. Yeah, it's this unit here. All right, it's that unit there. We're going to have it move forward. We're going to, plenty of movement, 19, 22, 24 inches. Um, so, and we have our leader, Colonel Greg, and they are going to just span right out here. Now, brother against brother, you do move off of your leader. We're fine with that, especially in Bill's basement. Let me see what you can see now. All right, there we go. Now they move, so they can't fire. I'm going to flip a card. And you got to remember, Bill's basement games are not meant to be super accurate, okay? The 6th Ohio, that's way back there. You know what? They have no morale marker. I'm going to... I don't know. I'll pause the camera. After much thinking, I have formed them up behind the 3rd Pennsylvania. So the next turn, I could do a massive cavalry charge. All right, let's flip a card. And we get the Red Queen. Our Confederate Queen is up, which is that unit back there. And, all right, we're going to bring that up. 1122, we'll pause the camera. So, that is the 4th Virginia Company B. Now, Scott Mingus has a book on sale or for sale that he co-wrote. It's a Texas regiments at Chickamauga, I believe. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Anyhow, his co-author, Joe Owen, is having some health issues. Scott is donating the sale portion of the book to help him out, Park Ranger Joe Owen. So if you can go on Scott Mingus's Facebook site, you will see the information about it. And so it was popped up last night, this morning. So if you're looking for a Scott Mingus book co-written with Joe, it's the Texas Regiments at Chickamauga, I believe it is. And I'll check before the end of this video. We have a blackjack, which is our flanking unit. Boy, a lot of things going on right here. I don't know. I've got, I guess I could charge in column. I could span out here. I could turn and plow into the artillery battery. All right. Boy, the objective is to get off the table. So, we're going to see if they can charge, which they do. We got to get better than 24 inches to get there. Plus, I rolled 2 1s and a 3. 2 1s and a 3. They putter out there. Oh my gosh. So, Colonel Consola with the 1st Massachusetts couldn't even roll. All right. Well, okay, because of my bad die rolling for movement, we're just going to form them up here. and there's not much else I can do. So that's just a fluke of the die roll for movement. Black King. Okay, that's our 4th Virginia. That's situated there on the there. I'm going to have to roll morale. They are elite, so they get 2 tries. 2, 4. They got to roll 6, 1 through 6, and they did. In fact, they got a 6 and a 1, so they're fine. Remove the marker. And they also would add a +1 with the leader. Colonel Wickham or something his name is. Anyhow, get back to the Scott Mingus, famous Civil War author and historian. Check his Facebook site out and see if you can, if you're interested in helping out buying a book. I did a interview of the book a year and a half, 2 years ago, I believe. It was Texas units at Chickamauga. All right. I'm going to pause the camera here. Okay, Red Jack came up. Well, it's not really the best place in the world to do this, but we'll go ahead and unlimber the Lynchburg artillery. Now, this is a 3-inch rifle, and Dave M. gifted it to me a couple years ago. It's seen a lot of action. It cannot fire this turn, but it is set up. It's now set up and ready to go into action. We have one more card, which is we'll stop the camera here. All right, this is how the morale works. 1, 2, 3 figures. This represents 1 is dead. Our morale marker. We have 3. We got to roll 1, 2, or a 3. And because they're good class, we get to roll 2 dice. Now, if they were average, we'd roll 1. So I need a 1, 2, or 3 on either die. And I failed. So, because they failed, they run again. And so, unfortunately for the Union, one of their 4 regiments is off the table. By the way, I had a lot of different wonderful comments of things I did right and wrong in my strategy of playing. And a lot of times, I'm just goofing around. I try to make good decisions. Sometimes I think I charge too much. I know Kevin thinks that. We're going to turn 6. Okay, everyone, turn 6. You'll see I have the giant die of a 6 down there at the far end. And we're going to flip a card. And they're shuffled. Black Queen. Ah, Black Queen is the unit straight ahead. I'll have to move the camera. Okay, now this is how I'm dealing with the fences. You can't charge over a fence unless it's where the unit is defending. So if we had a fence out here, it couldn't jump this fence to get to that fence, but it can make it to the first fence. So we're going to charge this unit into there, and let's see if we can get the morale, and that's no problem. And let's also see if we can get about 7 inches, which shouldn't be a problem, but we had a problem with the New Jersey unit. Yeah, plenty of movement. All right, I got to pause the camera. Okay, I made a game master mistake. When this unit rallied, they would have reloaded. Now, we're going to have them fire from the saddle if they pass the morale before this charge comes in. Okay, so here we go. As long as they don't roll a 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. And breech loading muskets, breech loading carbines, and a close range in the open 1 through 4s. 10, 17, 19, 17, 7, 7, no hits. Okay. So they have used their card when it comes up. They fired with no effect. I'm going to pause the camera and do the melee. Okay, I am out of breath from resolving the melee. We lost both. Colonel Wickham of the Confederate 4th Virginia Company A is dead, and somewhere around here is our Union leader who did not die, and we're good with our losses are as follows. Colonel Wickham died, 4th Virginia. 4th Virginia is totally eradicated. I did 3 rounds of melee, and it took over 15 minutes. High won with the Union getting a -1. They were both equal in value, and I used General Wickham also. So the Union ended up losing, I think, 6 figures, 5 figures, and the Confederates lost every one of their 6 left, and it took 3 rounds to get to that point. So where we're at now, it is time to flip a card. And die rolling has been weird from both sides. We have our Confederate Queen, which is the 4th, and they're sitting right here. Now, you only can move, shoot, or reload. I'll pause the camera and think. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do this correctly, but I'm going to fire 4 into here and 6 into there. And I can't remember if we can really split, but you know what? There's no one here to tell me I can't. And here we go. Cover 1, 2s, and 3s, 4s, -1, 1 through 4s, no hits. And then from here to here, 1, nope, I'm going to give them cover here. So because of cover, that 4 did not hit. Okay, so everyone's fired, and unfortunately, we scored no casualties. And 2, 4. Okay. There we go. I gotta go over here and flip a card. Really, musket firing has been a little off. Our Black King is up, which is, there is nothing blocking the 6th Ohio. I'm going to take them and head them off the table. So we're going to take 2 points, lose 2 inches for movement to get on the road over that fence. And then 14, 24, be 22 inches, which is, so they're about here. And this is Colonel Duffy. And Colonel Duffy is about here. Okay, there he is. And we paid a penalty to cross the fence. We're in a march column, and it's time to flip a card. Red King is gone. Red Jack is our Lynchburg Artillery, our 3-inch rifle. It's 5 dice. We'll check the range. I'm going to say we loaded with solid ball at 20 inches. And I know if you're a true hardcore brother against brother, I should have picked how they loaded when they unlimbered. And we all say when they unlimbered, they loaded. We're not going to get super detailed if they weren't. All right, a 3-inch rifle, and firing a ball in the open, and 1 through 5s with 5 dice. All right, here we go, everyone. Oop, we only rolled 4. There we go. And 1 hit. Okay, and a morale marker, and a leader check. The leader is fine, and that's needs a smoke there. Okay, well, there should probably only be a card or 2 left. The artillery battery, which it's not. Okay, and it is this unit here. They're going to fire all their carbines there. First, we have to do our morale check, which is really easy. Just don't roll 2 10s, and with 3 and a 6. Until you lose about half your figures, most morale checks in this system hold up fine. Don't forget, if you're elite veteran, you get 2 dice, and you get to pick the die of the amount of figures you have. If you're green, you roll 2 dice and pick the high die and get hosed. And average, it's just 1 die. So we're now going to fire 9 carbines. We know it's 20 inches. And carbines 20 inches. Man, we're outside of close range. -1 to hit those guys because they're... All right, we'll roll 9 dice. And then 1s and 2s. We got 1 gunner. Okay, now there should be 5 gunners here. Our marks figures was the bonus. All right, and you know what else we need? We need smoke. Now, I've had some people play this where you automatically are reloaded and always get to fire, but sometimes it causes an awful lot of casualties. I am using a D20 instead of a D10, which helps reduce casualties too. All right, flipping a card. It's that unit is gone. Our ace unit is so. Our artillery battery on the hill, the Union artillery battery. All right, move the camera. Okay, here we go, everyone. Our artillery battery is going to lob solid shot across the table. We're not giving this unit, and they're at 52 inches roughly, and it is 3-inch rifle. Well, believe it or not, it's still considered close range. They're in the open. They're just all right. What do we can see? All right, firing 1. Oh, they have a reload. Man, they can't fire. They've reloaded. Okay. So these guns are reloaded. It took. All right. So we're going into flipping cards again. I got to change our turn 7. There we go. And I'm shuffling. We'll move our camera. I hope someone's enjoying these videos I'm making. Probably won't make any in the next couple of days. I have a lot going on we'll see. And not sure what the Chuckleheads and I are doing this weekend um, in the Virginia house. Okay, cards are being shuffled. Shuffled in the camera. Okay. And Red Jack. Well, the Red Jack is our Lynchburg artillery piece. And there's nothing I can do with that other than first I got to pass morale. I think they're elite. Yes, they are. So, ooh, I failed. My artillery battery has failed. Because of this. Oh yeah, they lost a figure. I can just remove that. They needed. I had two. I rolled the 9 and 10. They're running back. I can't. Our gun is driven off. Okay, they've limbered up and they're running. It's not a melee, so they didn't lose the gun, but they don't want to take fire from our cavalry. So the way that morale works is technically they have 4 figures. The marks figure we're not counting. 4 times 2 is 8. I needed to roll an 8 and under on 2 dice, which I rolled a 9 and a 10, so they failed. Okay, so they're running. They are heading out. Boy, let's see what our next card is. Turn 7. It is the Jack. We'll reload. The Union, what is that? Black Queen. You know what? I think the Black Queen is way over on the other side. All right, let me see what's happening here. That's this one here. They can fire their muskets at point blank range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. And we're going to give them the wall, I guess. And carbines firing at close range. And 1, 2s, and 3s. Mounted on the 1s and 2s. And that was a D10. I got to re-roll that. I got a D10 mixed in with my D20. Well, we got one hit. We got one hit. Put a marker out there. Roll for the leader. Oh, they don't have a leader. Okay. And we got to smoke them. Okay. So, and the king, which Jack, Queen, King, they are going to make a run for it to get to Brandy Station. 10, 9, 19, 19, and 6. And 6 for on the road. Okay. Man, they are booking. They are here. There we go. Make our casualty marker. So this, okay, that's bleak. So they're heading off. Red Queen. Okay, it's our 4th Virginia Cavalry. You see that Greg is heading off. Actually, I don't know. Who is that? It's Colonel Duffy. Okay. Um, I don't know what to do with these guys. Do I reload this unit? Sort of ineffective at this point. Um, I guess we'll just reload. Oh, I got to do a morale check. Well, I'll take the cotton off. I'm sure they'll pass. They got to roll. As long as they don't roll two nines, two nines or two tens will be good. Oh my God. Wow. I rolled two nines. And I'm the leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 9. I just made it. Remove our morale marker. So if they were not elite, they would have failed. Oh no, they would have been fine because I rolled two nines. So we reloaded them, and that's where they're at. Our ace is up, and that is gone. All right. And our artillery battery now can fire. And that's it for this turn. And they're reloaded. Okay, they're reloaded. They can fire. It's 10 dice. We did the calculations the last time. They're firing here. 1 through 5s. Wow, 3 4s. 4, 5, 6 hits total. 2, 4, 6. All right, the 4th Virginia got pummeled by the 2nd U.S. Artillery. That's the last card. I'm going to get a huge morale marker. So at the end of turn 7, and our gun battery needs to be smoked, but I think that's the end of our Battle of Stevensburg. Okay. Now at the end of this video, I'm going to have an extra add-on with Scott Mingus and Joe Owen, but we will do our conclusion part at the end of turn 7. We're going into turn 8. Our Confederate artillery, the Lynchburg artillery, is running off the table. Our 4th Virginia Cavalry, Company B, it got decimated by the 2nd U.S., and we're going to declare this a Union victory. They are on their way to Brandy Station, and if we did go to 10 turns, they definitely would make it with pretty much 2.5 full regiments. So we will say right now, this is a Union victory, and we're going to go on and discuss Scott Mingus and Joe Owen and his fundraiser for him. Okay, everyone, here we are with Scott Mingus, Joe Owen, both authors on it's the Unceasing Fury, Texas at the Battle of Chickamauga, September 18th, 20th, 1863. My friend and co-author Joe Owen has recently suffered several significant losses, including the deaths of his wife and father. To top it off, he's having financial setbacks. Please consider helping him out. I'm offering signed first edition copies of Joe and my popular book for $25 plus postage. For every copy sold, $15 will go to Joe. let's pitch in and help them out. And please share this post. Okay, everyone. So there we go. Well, in the wargaming and military history community, there are a lot of great people out there. There are people that have helped me with things. And life is very short. So if you can afford the book and you're interested, and about a year ago I did do a review about it, and I do remember that Longstreet ends up down there helping out at Chickamauga. And that's going to be it for this game. And stay safe, be kind, be courteous. Thank you if you buy a book to help out the Park Ranger Joe Owen. All right, and that's about it for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And the views for this video, I forgot, help Weiss Fork Battlefield all the way through to April. Bye-bye, everyone. Confederate victory at Stevensburg, Virginia.